everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video talking about my one palette for 1 month kind of challenge that I've been doing kind of secretly. I had this idea that I wanted to use one palette for 1 month for the entire year. So each month I would have a different palette and try to create as many different looks as I can in that month. So I thought it'd be really fun to do, like I said, for the entire year, but I wanted to kind of do like a little test run because I'm not so sure if I would be able to stick to it. So I ended up planning out each palette for what month I would use, but I thought that this would be a really fun kind of challenge to do if you either have a lot of makeup products to begin with. I know a lot of people don't have like these huge crazy over-the-top collections, and so you're probably thinking like, girl, a one palette for a month, that's like my everyday life, which I totally understand. I know a lot of people don't have more than one palette. Like one palette might be all you have, and I think I actually really commend that because I'm so not minimalistic and I'm just like more is more. And so I kind of want to get back to like using what's really good and just trying to do things that I feel like will help me use my collection a little bit better. And since I've been decluttering so much of my makeup, whenever I got to my palettes, I really just couldn't declutter anything. So there's not going to be any like declutters for like my palettes. I did like the small eyeshadows, which you've probably already seen if you've watched my declutter series. But I just couldn't get rid of any of the eyeshadows because all of them are like really things I feel like I would use. I just have so many eyeshadows that I kind of get a little overwhelmed, but I definitely didn't want to just get rid of any of these. I kept a couple things in mind. Number one, I kept like what is the overall kind of makeup trends of that time. So like summer tends to be a little bit more bronzy golds. Spring kind of can be a little more pastels or, you know, shimmers and things like that. And then maybe like some deeper, darker colors for winter. So I kind of wanted to keep that in mind while I was making my list. But I also wanted to keep in mind trying to alternate between different types of palettes month to month. So I didn't want to do like a neutrally shimmery palette 1 month and then follow that with the same thing. I felt like it would kind of be like 2 months of the same thing. So I tried to kind of mix and match these months to make them work with like the actual overall makeup trends, as well as giving myself a bit of variety. So quickly I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you all the palettes that I have chosen for each month of this year. And if you guys have these palettes as well, maybe you can try to do the 1 month makeup challenge or one palette monthly makeup challenge, whatever I'm gonna call this, I don't really know. And I'm not trying to like sound like stuck up or bratty about having a lot of makeup palettes or anything like that. That's not my intention at all. I just know that I have a lot and I've spent a lot of money on these, and I just feel like I should, like, I don't know, just use them more. So for January, the first palette that I have already completed, I have just a couple days left of January, but this is the Urban Decay Original Naked Palette. I think this is such an iconic palette, so I thought that would be the perfect one to start this kind of I guess like personal challenge off with, just because I thought it would be just, I don't know, it was like one of my first palettes, one of the first months of this challenge, so I just thought it worked. So for February, the next palette that I'm going to be using is the Coastal Scents Revealed 2 palette. So this one is got a lot more shadows in it. It's very similar to like the layout of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, but this one is kind of a little bit more reminiscent of the, what is it? The palettes kind of like run together in my head. Whatever the warm tone Urban Decay one, I think it was like the third one they did. So since this one was a little bit more of like an overall neutral kind of palette, I wanted something a little bit more warmer. And again, February is like Valentine's and things like that. Not like it really matters. But this one I think has a really wide range of colors I can use. My next palette for the month of March, this is the Cargo Cosmetics Emerald City palette. So this, I think it's actually the most recent palette that I have. So this one, I'm trying to like get it to where you can see the colors without the gold foil reflecting. So these colors are very much kind of like a cool neutral with some pop of greens in here. There's a little bit couple warmer colors, a little bit more cool ones, then some really fun greens. I actually ended up getting this palette from like TJ Maxx for I think 10 bucks. I think it's on sale on Ulta's website at the moment for like $23, but definitely if you are interested in this palette, definitely look for it at TJ Maxx first. I only got to use it like a couple times and then I was just stuck to using my Urban Decay one. So with this one, I'm really excited to use this this one in March because I've only got to use it just a few times, but I'm so excited. So for April, my next palette, I cannot believe how little I have used some of these palettes. So this one is the Kat Von D Monarch palette. I don't know if this one's still available or not, but this one is so pretty. It's another kind of warm tone palette. So since February was warm tone, I went cool toned with March, and then back to kind of like a warm tones in April. But this one again also has a mix of like some cool tones, some neutrals and things like that. So this one will be my April palette. So next for May, I thought it'd be really fun to throw in more of like a bright kind of fun color palette. So this one, another palette I'm surprised I've only used a few times, but it's really good. This is from Dose of Colors and it's called the EyesCream palette. This one actually came out, I think last summer, maybe the summer before, maybe it's last summer, I can't remember. But this one again has a lot of like little pops of color. So there's the green, the gold, the purple, some pinks, but then also like some neutrally kind of colors and like bronzy shimmers and things like that, in case I just want to do something a little bit more I guess like my usual. But there's definitely a lot of fun pops of color in this one, and I thought it'd be really fun since May is kind of like starting into like summer. I thought it would just be really fun to use this palette. So for June, since it's kind of again like full on summertime, I decided to pick the BH Cosmetics Bronze Paradise palette. This one is so like fingerprinty and reflective, but this is what the actual palette looks like. It has a lot of really warm browns, neutrals, but then it has that really fun like pop of blue color. And this one also includes like face products, so I'll probably try to use those as well for my kind of like monthly palette. But this one I thought would be really fun, especially since I'm pretty sure this one's still available, and I think this one is a relatively affordable palette as well. So if you have this one, or if you want to get this one, I would definitely recommend it. I think the shadows are pretty good for the price. So next for the month of July, this one's kind of another one of those wild card kind of palettes. This I think I also got from TJ Maxx like forever ago. I don't even know. I think this might actually be the same palette as another one, but this is from TheBalm. It's called TheBalm in the Beautiful, and this one is a palette that has quite a few different colors. So again, this one has a lot of color options, a lot of like basic shimmers, but there's green, this purple, this dark purple, some blues, burgundies, you know, things like that. Again, another palette that I think has a lot of really, a lot of color variation. And then this one also has little like lip and cheek products in it as well. I'm never really a huge fan of these, but lately I've been getting into a lot more cream cheek products, so I will probably try to work that into the challenge as well and like using those. But I also think that they re-released this like also many years ago as like the same palette, but just like repackaged as like the Muppets collection, I think. I'm not positive, but I remember those colors like being like either exactly the same or like very similar. So that will be my July palette. The next palette I have is from e.l.f. Now I don't know what the name of this palette is at all. It doesn't have it anywhere on here, and the sticker is just random numbers, so I don't really think that would help at all. But this is what the palette looks like. I'm sure they don't sell this anymore, but maybe someone already owns this. But these are overall what the colors look like. I remember I probably got this for about maybe like $10 or $15, maybe 20, I don't know. It was e.l.f. though, so it couldn't have been too crazy. But again, this one, since the last palette was so bright and colorful, this one has a little bit more neutrals, but also a few fun colors like this olive green color I'm like super excited for, and this kind of peach color. So again, another kind of palette to kind of juxtapose with the last one, since this one is a little bit more neutral. And that's my August palette. So for September, I will also be using another Coastal Scents palette. This is the original Revealed palette, and this one is very similar to the original Urban Decay Naked palette, but also a little bit of the Naked 2 palette, so that one's a little bit more cool toned. So I definitely have a lot of options with this one as well, and I think from January to September, I think that's a pretty good time span. So even though this palette's a little bit similar to the one I'm using now, I think that, you know, from like what, 9 months later, it'll be totally something I will be interested in using. So for October, that's actually my birth month. So this one, I'm actually kind of surprised I chose this for like my birth month palette, because I'm not a huge fan of this palette, but I also haven't given it too much of a try or like a go, so I really want to like, I don't know, try harder. So this palette is from Sephora. This one I think is called More Than Meets the Eye. It looks like this. It came out, I think, 2016 holiday kind of time. So this was actually a palette that like a family member had bought me. Not really something I would have picked out myself. But again, this one has a lot of color options in it, so I thought that this one would be a good one to try. So many different colors to choose from, a lot of pops of colors, but also there's a lot of neutral colors in here that I can use as well. This next palette is another one I'm kind of a little apprehensive about. I know that the shadows are really great, but another one that I honestly have only used like a handful of times. This one is from Morphe and it's called the Dark Smoky palette, I think. I don't know if they still sell this or not, or if they like updated it, but this is, I think, it's not all shimmer. I think it has about 6 mattes mixed in and then the rest are all shimmers. But again, overall a very dark kind of smoky palette as the name would suggest. But then there are some of these really amazing colors, like these 3 here are just like speaking to me. But definitely think this one will be more of a challenge for me because I don't really do a whole lot of dark eye looks, I guess like consistently, but I think this one will be another really fun one to try and one that will make me kind of have to, I don't know, like just practice my makeup a bit more and try different techniques. And then the final palette for my monthly challenge for December, hopefully I will be able to stick to all these. I will be honestly so proud of myself if I'm able to do that. But for December, I wanted to use like just a really like fun palette. This one was one of my favorites. This one is from Too Faced and it was the Christmas in New York. So this one actually came out, I think, holiday season 2016 as well. So this one is really pretty. There's a lot of different color options for this one. There's a few bright colors, but then overall a lot of cool tones, a lot of warm tones, also cheek products, and this one smells so good. It smells so good. This one is the Chocolate Shop palette, so that one, hopefully, if I am able to go through my entire challenge, will be the last palette of the challenge. And I also filmed just a super quick tutorial just on how I did this look. It's really easy, and especially if you already have the Naked palette, you pretty much have everything you need already. Okay, so first I'm gonna start out with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I'm going to apply that all over my lids. And one thing I've really been loving using lately with this palette is like cream eyeshadow. So I have a couple that I have been using. This is from Revlon. It's called the Revlon Illuminance Cream Shadow. And this one is a quad, and this one's in the color Precious Metal. So this one, all of these colors work. There's the gold, there's kind of like a bronze one, a little bit more of like a burgundy, and then like a steel gray color. It's perfect for the Naked palette because all those colors are in this palette. So this has been one I've been using all month. So for this look today, I'm gonna take this burgundy color and I'm just going to kind of apply that to my lid. So it doesn't have to be too perfect, I just kind of got it all over the lid and blended it a bit. So now I'm going to take the color Toasted and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. And I've been really liking doing some different kind of eyeshadow shapes lately. I'm so used to just applying like a dark crease color and then like a light shimmer on the lid, but I'm trying some different things over this month since I've been using this one palette. So next I'm going to take the color Hustle. It's the one right above Toasted. And this one I'm going to apply a little bit more on just the outer kind of like half of my lid. I'm still going to kind of blend it upward. And I want to kind of blend that into the color Toasted so that most of the darkness kind of remains on the outer half. Then using a pencil brush, I'm going to take more of the color Hustle and I'm going to run that along the lower outer lash line. Next I'm going to take a little bit of the color Buck and I'm actually going to apply that on the inner corner, which I never do anymore, just because I always kind of like to keep that area really bright and light. But I've been liking this kind of like darker, smudgier, smokier look. I feel like I used to do this a lot more kind of like in high school, and I just haven't done that in a while. I've just wanted to kind of change things up a bit. Next I'm going to take the color Creep and I'm going to darken the outer corner just a little bit more. Then next I'm going to take my Ulta gel eyeliner in the color Blackout. I want one that's really soft and creamy, so I'm going to run this along my upper lash line. And this doesn't have to be perfect either because I'm going to smudge it out. And I'm going to just blend over that to soften the line. And then I'm just going to take a tiny bit more Toasted and kind of apply that a little bit above just to kind of bring back some of that color that got blended away. Next I'm going to take that black eyeliner again and I'm just going to line my waterline. And then again just smudge that black liner with the shadow. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes and throw on a coat of mascara and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And so this is what the final look looks like. It's really kind of a bit more of a dark kind of gray grungy, dramatic look than what I would typically do, but I really like even the placement of the shadow is just something a little bit different than what I'm used to doing. So it's been a lot of fun, like actually trying to use just one palette for an entire month. I think it's been really fun, and it kind of made me have to get a little bit more creative in kind of what I was doing, so it wasn't just the same boring look every day. So I plan on every month doing a video again showing you all the looks that I've created, or just some of the like really interesting ones, and kind of just collecting that all into one video, and maybe have a couple pictures, have a couple tutorials or something like that. But overall, yeah, I'm really excited for this. I hope I'm able to stick to it, and I would love if you guys are interested in doing this as well. You can always like tag me or message me or something and show me your looks or whatever. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below, and until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.